Hey everyone and welcome! Today, we're going to dive into something really special in Portuguese, a verb tense that, trust me, is going to give your speaking skills a serious upgrade. It's all about talking about the future with a whole new layer of cool.
So, let's start with a little challenge. How would you say this sentence right here? It seems pretty simple, but it actually holds the secret to what we're talking about today. And don't worry, by the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to say it, and more importantly, why.
Okay, so first things first. I don't want you to think of this as some scary, complicated grammar rule. No way. Think of it as the what-if tense, a tool for talking about all the possibilities the future might hold.
Right, so here's the absolute core of it. The future subjunctive, or futuro do conjuntivo, is what you pull out when you're talking about something in the future. That might happen, but it also might not. It's not for things that are certain. It's for possibilities for in the event that situations. It's all about potential.
Okay, so you might be thinking, how on earth do I know when to use this? Well, the good news is, Portuguese gives you some super clear signals. Let's call them trigger words. They're like little flags that tell you, hey, use the future subjunctive here. And here they are. These three little words are basically your cheat codes. When you see came, only, or que being used to talk about an uncertain future person, place, or thing, that's your cue. That's the light bulb moment. All right, let's break them down. First up, we've got came. You're going to use this when you're talking about a future action, but you don't know who's going to do it. It's for any unspecified person, a whoever. In this example, oh, it's perfect. Quem vier, whoever arrives. See? We have no idea who's going to be late, or if anyone will be late. It's just a possibility. And that possibility is what triggers the future subjunctive verb vier. It's the exact same idea for places, just with the word onde. It means wherever, and you use it when you're talking about a future location that isn't decided or specified yet.
And there it is, the answer to that question I asked you at the start. Fico onde vocês ficarem. I'll stay wherever you guys end up staying. You haven't decided where you're staying yet, right? It's just a future possibility, so bam, we use ficarem. Makes perfect sense.
Okay, now Q is a little bit of a special case, but it's super cool. It also acts as a trigger, but it usually needs something called an antecedent, which, don't worry, is just a fancy way of saying it needs a noun to refer back to. You see the little twist there? Instead of just whoever comes, it's aquele que vier, the one who comes. Aquele is our reference point. It's a little more specific, sure, but the act of coming late, that's still just a maybe, so we still need our future subjunctive verb, vier. Okay, so let's get down to the nuts and bolts. How do you actually build these sentences? Well, they follow a really clean, logical, two-part structure. Once you see it, it just clicks. This little table here really breaks it all down for us. You have your main clause, which can be in the present, the future, or even a command. And that part sets up the situation. Then, the second part describes the possible outcome using the future subjunctive. It's like setting up a condition. If this might happen, then it's a classic setup for things that aren't set in stone. All right, enough with the theory, right? The absolute best way to get a feel for this is to actually put it into practice. So, let's try a couple of quick exercises together. All right, first one up. Your trigger word is quem. The verb you're working with is ter, to have. How do you fill in that blank? I'll give you a second to think about it. Did you entiver? If you did, awesome job. Quem tiver dúvidas. Whoever might have doubts. It's not about who has doubts right now, but about anyone in the future who might end up with the question. Okay, let's do one more. Now, notice here the first part, faça. That's a command. Do. The verb you need is poder, which means to be able. And yep, the answer is puder. Faça o melhor que puder. It's like saying, do the best you are potentially able to do. It leaves room for what's possible in the future. It doesn't assume a fixed limit. Okay, now for the really fun part. This is where you can take your Portuguese to the next level by transforming regular sentences to sound way more natural and, honestly, a bit more elegant. So, take a look at this sentence. How could we flip it around using one of our trigger words, like cam, to really emphasize the possibility of being the first to arrive? And check out the difference. The after version with quem chegar primeiro is just so much sleeker, you know? It perfectly nails that idea of whoever happens to get here first. It's a fantastic little upgrade. Okay, one last challenge for you. How can we rephrase this to be about the eventuality of a student getting the best grades, instead of talking about a specific student who already has them? And boom, look at that shift. It's no longer about the student with the best grades. It's about giving a prize to whoever ends up with the best grades. The condition has to be met in the future. A quem tiver just captures that idea perfectly.
So, as you can see, this whole future subjunctive thing, it's not just some dusty old grammar rule, is it? It's a really powerful way to talk about potential and possibility. Which brings me to my final question for you, and of course, it uses the very tense we've been talking about. Now, what will you do with everything you learn? The possibilities are all yours.